Our new company is blackseriesedition.com. Our second company is Crystal Age Technology Screens. The new company is Black Series. I'm getting a lot of questions, and thank you so much. I really appreciate the support and likes for for the demonstrations, coming in and asking questions, which usually I kind of cut those communications off because, again, we get a lot of hate from particular individuals who, again, are displeased by our hard work. But thank you for replying in. And I got no problem with answering questions and helping people out at the end of the day. I got no problem with that. He says they're dealing with the people at the end of the day that don't know how to carry themselves correctly. It's a little, they just do too much. But anyway, we get a lot of questions about ultra short throws. All the screen paints are ultra short throw compatible. I own quite a few ultra short throw projectors, anything from Epsons, actually I gave them Epsons away, but anything from Epsons to NECs. This is a Sony projector I purchased for around $300. Got it on an open box. Somebody had bought it, got it on an open box, opened it, they gave it to me. So, does our technology work on ultra short throws? Yes, they do. They actually work quite well with ultra short throw projectors. An ultra short throw projector is an extremely easy demonstration due to the fact that the projector is sitting right up on top of the screen. It's not really any distance throw at all. When you're doing a projector at a distance throw, it's more work because, again, the image has to travel a greater distance and it's going to get ripped up before it even makes it to the screen. The screen's just going to generate enough light to push off. Ultra short throw is very easy. That's why you see a lot of companies doing ultra short throw demonstrations because the distance throw isn't there, and they got a better chance of producing an image than a long throw, which is going to struggle to make it from A to B, depending on how much light they're going to have in the environment. So ultra short throw for them, it's something that's a must requirement, where with us we don't use ultra short throws because I think it's just too easy. But I am going to have a couple of ultra short throw displays in the display room when we start getting that set up, because people are interested in these machines. As I said before, there's no excuse for a machine, especially an ultra short throw, not to have the ability to be able to fire up in a fully lit environment due to the fact that the projector is literally sitting that close to the screen. I mean, compared to my projector sitting way back here to the ultra short throw sitting right there. Now, another thing we're going to talk about in the next video is ultra short throw and motorized projection screens, because we've seen some people go out and buy a regular motorized projection screen and they'll get an ultra short throw, and you're going to find out something very interesting about the two together. If you don't have the right, you have to have a certain, you have to have a certain motorized projection screen to run ultra short throws. It has nothing to do with color, it has something to do with the screen itself. But as you can see, I'm using my Sony Black ultra short throw projector. I am having no color problems, none of that. Screen pulls up with no problem whatsoever. Works the same way with the lights on and lights off, does the same thing. The problem you're going to have here is that gray screens and white screens do not work on ultra short throws, because now you have a shorter distance throw. You have a projector that's literally going to be producing a Demine 3000 lumens right directly onto the screen. And again, because the screen has a 100% black level, I never have to worry about contrast. I don't have to pay for that in the day. Let's go over to Starfield Screensaver, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
So my screen, because of my screen being jet black, I can pull an over 2 million to 1 contrast. The P2 projector or any other projector that may have a millions and millions of contrast, this is something you will never see on the gray screen, and it will not pick up on a white screen. Our technology, again, will allow you to take your everyday ultra short throw projector and give it the same contrast, more advanced contrast capability than a P2 at 2 million to 1 because the screen is physically black. 8K desired nature, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now this demonstration here was done on an ultra short throw. I've seen it done in the dark because again, $3,300 for a machine that has to sit in the dark. And I've seen people do this on these expensive machines because the screen itself can't see the contrast that the projector is producing. Where we can sit here on my $68 motorized projection screen coated with our black technology on a $300 projector that has a, I think, 2,000 to 1 contrast ratio and pick up a contrast level over 2 million. LG Beta Fish YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
This is the benefits of a black screen. Number one, like I said, they're fantastic on ultra short throw because again, you do not have to go out and spend thousands of dollars just to be able to achieve a true black contrast level, which you won't achieve to begin with. You can get that from any projector. We're doing this on $300 projector, 720p projector. I forgot the ratio for this one. Not the ratio, but the resolution. And the whole purpose of ultra short throw, and I can't explain it in screens enough, is so you do not have to sit in the dark. You can use it like a TV because the projector is literally sitting right on top of the screen. Sony 4K demonstration YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
You should be able to do this in a fully lit environment with no problem. But like I said, it's ultra short though. You're sitting right up on top of the screen. That's what I can never understand when I watch demonstrations on ultra short throw projectors. Well, I know why, but they're sitting literally right on top of the screen at 3,000 lumens. How can you not pick up? Well, we know why they can't pick up. It's the screen that's having the issue. It's not the projector. That's why a lot of the demonstrations you've been seeing are all fake. Because again, there's no way in the world you should be in an environment that dark with a projector. Like I said, that sits that close to a screen. That should not be a problem. I want to do much more on this topic. So there's going to be a few videos coming in and out. But just to show you, like I said, if a projector is sitting in the dark with ultra short throw, then that means that either the screen can't see contrast, can't see color, something's going on, that screen has to sit in the dark in order to pick up the colors better. What are our contrast levels? And keep in mind, my projector sits in eco mode. We're in eco mode 2 right now. Where's my remote control for the Sony? I just had it too. There it is over there. So I'm going to show you really quick. I'm going to go turn off my projector just for a minute. It'll show my eco mode settings right there. You can see we're in eco mode 2. So my projector is sitting in eco mode 2, fully lit environment, showing you a contrast level at 100%. And again, my projector I paid about $300 for. Got it out of an open box for $300. And I can see a contrast level because their technology gives the projector ability to be able to have an over 2 million to 1 contrast. Because the screen's physically black, that's why. Let's come out of here, it's got the OLED horse. We may have a commercial in there. When they load like that, and it's commercials coming in there somewhere. I want to get a shot of my ultra short throw in here. There you go. See? No expensive 2 million to 1 contrast. No 20,000 to 1 contrast. None of that. This projector has a 2,000 to 1 contrast. That's it. $16K demonstrations YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
So again, for those of you who have these projectors with these insane amount of contrast levels, we don't require that. I can do that easily with a projector of $300, my Sony projector. I'm gonna bring my $60 projector here too also. $300, but a 2,000 to 1 contrast. And I can pick up a contrast level way higher than a P2 at 2 million to 1 sitting on a gray screen. My levels come up 100% black. And that's with the lights on. We can put a P2 challenge for anybody who has that projector. Can you pull a 100% contrast level in a fully lit environment? And they can't do it because the screen won't allow them to do it. The 2 million to 1 contrast is a waste of money. You paid for something, as I said before, you will never use. You have to use it if you're using gray screens or white screens or gunmetal screens. You have to use that. That's a must. You have to use it. You have to spend that kind of money for a projector. Our technology, because it's already black, doesn't require to have that projector. It's not needed. So my customers don't have to spend a lot of money. They can just sit there and drop $300 for a projector. I got a projector downstairs, ultra short on any cedar, under $200. That projector will pull in here and pull a 100% contrast level because again, the screen's black. That's the perks of having black screens. Or our black technology. So you can take a P2 projector, stick it on a gray screen, it can't see a contrast level. That thing would have to sit in the dark. Our technology on a $300 Sony projector at 720p can sit in a fully lit environment and pull 100% contrast level because our screen's black. That's the advantage point of black technology. Now over certified screens, we also overpower that too. Number one, we pick up a much higher contrast level than a gunmetal. Our screens are physically black. Number two, our screens can do both. I can do long throw and ultra short throw off my screen. Usually with most certified screens, they have a requirement that you cannot use a ultra short throw projector. You have to have a certain screen to have to buy for ultra short throw, which means it's going to cost you more money in order to do that. Ours do both. Let me see where I want to go next. It's going to pop over here. Yeah, come on, people. Here we go. Ultra short throw demonstrations, as I said before, are easy demonstrations. The projector's sitting literally right on top of the screen. That should be a really easy demonstration to do. If you have to be in a dark environment with an ultra short throw projector or a poorly lit ambient light environment or ambient light controlled environment with an ultra short throw, that tells us at the end of the day that your screen has really serious ambient light projection technology problems. It just has problems altogether. And that's what I see today. I see a lot of motorized, a lot of ultra short throw demonstrations, lots of them. And all these demonstrations are done in these really dark environments or ambient light controlled environments. And then they use the excuse of saying, well, hey, this is the protocol, to optimize that viewing pleasure. You got to have it in this kind of lighting. No, you don't. You just got a better screen. That's all. That's how you fix the problem. Just make a better screen. And here we are sitting in our fully lit environment doing our demonstrations on a $300 projector. And again, no calibrating. My projectors we don't calibrate projectors over here. That video could not have been that short. I'm curious. Let me see that for a minute. That was a very short video. Jeepers Louise. Or they're going to do photos. I don't want to do photos on actual with. Let me do one more here and something else I'm going to pop on here with. Your ultra short though is very easy to do. As I said before, you're sitting right on top of the screen, so at 3,000 lumens, you're right there. So the fact that I see a lot of the screens all sitting in dark or very poorly lit environments, it's not that the projector doesn't have enough lumens, it's that the screen washes out. That's the problem. That's what you're dealing with. Screen washout. Let's do 4K Snow Screensavers YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Here's what snow looks like on our technology on an ultra short throw projector. Usually people say on ultra short throw projectors, they got a problem with the screen turning dark. Nope, not this technology. It doesn't have that issue. See that? I can pull up at 190 degree angle. My camera's tapping my wall and I can pick up with no problem whatsoever. Our screens don't go dark around the edges. You can pick up crystal clear with no problem. On a white level, that high. That's why black technology is better for ultra short throws. Not gray, not silver, because neither one of them can see a contrast. So that's why you spend the money for the projector for the high contrast, because you can't see it. And it's the reason why in all those demonstrations, they all sit in the dark, because the screen can't accept the light. It's not ambient light projection. You're sitting in dark, screens are washing out. Yeah. I realized that a long time ago when I was sitting there doing demonstrations with my first ultra short throw projector, that these certified screens were having issues on them. Now they're not having issues on them, but they come up in gray, they come up in silver, and this is the worst thing you want to do on a projection screen, especially with ultra short throw, because this is a screen that's going to reflect a lot of light around the environment. It's going to wash up 10 times faster, and it's the reason why in every demonstration with ultra short throw, they all sit in the dark. We don't sit in the dark. We have options. If I want to sit in the dark, I can sit in the dark. If I don't have to, I don't have to. That's the whole purpose of basically having an ultra short throw setup to treat it like a TV. TVs don't sit in the dark 24/7. Or TVs don't require ambient light controlled environments either. Now, since we pull up just about everywhere on YouTube, we're going to put the ultimate challenge up. This is for everybody who owns an ultra short throw projector. Everybody ever owns one of these machines. We want you to mimic the exact same demonstration. Pull a star field in a fully lit environment. And I guarantee you, you can't do it. If you can't pass that at the end of the day, that is going to be a problem for you. As a matter of fact, 2 snow levels you're going to have to do. The reason why is because you got some people who have, well, then again, black paints. Yeah, I've seen that already in some people's description of their products. Ultra short throws don't work on their black screens. Because, excuse me, I don't know how that could be a problem. Because again, like I said, the ultra short throw is literally sitting right up on top of the screen. So I don't know how that's a problem, but apparently they don't pick up. Maybe because the screen's coming in too dark, I don't know. But I don't get that part. That's what an ultra short throw looks like on our technology at $300, 720p. All right, so in the next demonstration, we're going to talk about why gray and white screens are not good for ultra short throw displays. Absolutely worst thing you can use is a gray and white screen for ultra short throw. Again, you will not be able to pick up contrast, nor will you pick up color. And this is why the screen is going to have to remain in the dark. Standalone by themselves, they can fool you. Compared to another high-end technology that has a more of advanced ability to be able to do much better, they won't be able to compete with it. It's great paint. It's not going to do that well. Let's get this one real quick. Skyworth food demonstration YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's see, black background. That's not going to come on a gray or white screen. And to show you our screen is black because we get this all the time. This is the color of my, oops, sorry, we're on ultra short throw. I keep forgetting. We'll do it when the, I have blank mode on my projector. I forgot. I'm going to pause this for a minute and I'm going to put my projector in blank mode and you can see my screen is physically black. Take it out of blank mode. Oh, by the way, we're in eco mode too, by the way. I forgot to put that in there. I think I showed it the first time in the video, but I'm not sure. I'm going to turn my projector off right here. And you'll see we're in eco mode 2, showing off white levels in a fully lit environment on our ultra short throw projector. So the best screens for ultra short throw displays are not gray, and they're not white, and they're not silver, they're black. That's the best screen for ultra short throw, is a black screen. Because number one, you don't have to pay a ton of money for contrast. You'll definitely pick up contrast. Our technology, being black, I don't know if the rest of them, it's the best because the ambient light rejection technology is absolutely amazing, as you can see right now in the fully lit environment. You don't have to calibrate your projectors. The reason why you have to calibrate your projectors is because the colors are washing up, that's why. So no calibrating, no expensive contrast levels, no expensive projector, period, and ambient light rejection technology, and you can see a 100% contrast level, 100% black level. All right, let me see what we got here. Just gonna show real quick, a little color real quick on here. I like to do the Sony because it has plenty of color in it. There we go. Now, keep in mind, I have to remind this for people who use these high-end projectors. When you talk about quality, the resolution comes from the projector's 4K capability. When you drop that on the projector below the 4K capability, then the customer is not going to get the same image, which is virtually impossible if you're using under 4K. So that is actually what you call misleading your customers, to make them think they're going to get that resolution, that quality. If they have the same projector, yes. If they don't, no. So that's not really telling the truth at the end of the day. Starfield Screensaver, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Something you can never and will never see a high-end projector ever do on a gray screen. You can't see contrast. Should be pretty easy. It should be extremely easy. An ultra short throw projector should be the easiest display ever. Again, you're sitting on top of a screen. There's no excuse for being in the dark. I could run this just like a TV with no problem. If you're telling customers to calibrate, calibration means at the end of the day, your colors are messed up and they're not coming up correctly. They're washed out and faded. Ambient light controlled environment, you have to be in a darker environment. Clearly what they just told you is stick your projector in the dark and try to calibrate your colors to get them right, because colors will not work in a fully lit environment, and neither will the screen because it's in a fully lit environment. Oh, and I forgot to add, you can't see contrast. We can see contrast at 2,000 to 1 on a $300 Sony projector. Now, the reason why I don't care about the 2 million to 1 contrast is because, like I said, we're way beyond that. We're black. Our screen's physically black. So that's something I don't pay for at the end of the day that I'm never going to be able to use. The only way, like I said, a 2 million to 1 contrast is going to be utilized because it's on a white screen, gray screen, or a gunmetal. And the darker you go into grays, the better chances you have of picking up a much more darker black level in a somewhat fully lit environment. All right, next demonstration is going to be, do gray and white screens work on ultra short throws? And I'm here to tell you, no, they do not. They don't see contrast. And some people may say, oh, but you've seen the demonstration in a dark environment. We do these with lights on. So what's the point of having an ambient projection screen or having anything at the end of the day that you can't see a contrast level in a fully lit environment? Something's wrong there. If you're going to be replacing your TV at the end of the day for one of these, you want to hope it works like a TV at the end of the day also. That being said, gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.